Welcome back to the second half of this morning's Gone Outdoors. Kyle Agri and Scott Brewer of Brewer Agri Outdoors. Talking hunting, talking fishing, and talking anything you can do outdoors here on KWSN and Kello News Talk in Sioux Falls and the mighty 790 KFGO Fargo. We're here welcoming back a good friend of ours, someone we've had on the show numerous times, a familiar voice to those who have followed along. Johnnie Candle. Guide, educator, mentor. Johnny, it is always great to have you back on the show. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know, there's a little bit of fall crispness to the weather lately. That usually means a little uptick in fishing. And I hate to say this out loud, but I'm kind of thinking about some warm, sunny, sandy beaches in my near future, too. So it's a great time to be alive, fellas. Great time.
Well, for our listeners who have been tuning in, the number of last few times we've had you on, they know you when the snowflakes start flying, you migrate south down to sunny Florida, which is pretty awesome. I think that's a great way to do a year-round gig as a fishing guide. And hey, we typically have you on to give us a fishing report. You know what's going on in Devil's Lake, and certainly maybe we can have you slip that in as we go on. But we really wanted to talk today about a couple of events that you are hosting as an educator, and these are electronics schools. Tell us a little bit about them, Johnny. What are they, and when are they happening, and kind of what's all involved with this?
Yeah, so I've got two, we'll call them fishing retreats, fishing schools, whatever you want to call them. Doesn't really matter. They're 4-day events. They're mirror images of each other, but they're in two different places. One is on Lake Vermillion at Vermillion Dam Lodge in Orr, Minnesota. The other one is at Woodland Resort right here on my home lake of Devil's Lake, North Dakota. Again, 4-day events. They start on a Thursday evening with some classroom seminars. And one of the classroom seminars is about understanding your marine electronics. And this is not a brand-specific presentation. This is how sonar works. They're sound waves. They leave a transducer. They travel through the water. They come back to a transducer. It draws a picture on the screen, whether it's 2D, down imaging, side imaging, 360, forward facing, doesn't matter. You need to understand the principles of how your sonar works in order to understand what that picture means on the screen. So we talk about that. Then we talk about breaking down a body of water. How do you prepare for a fishing trip? What do you do before you get to the lake? What do you do when you get to the lake? What do you do when you get home from the lake to make your next fishing trip better? And that all leads into a lot of discussion about various techniques. When do you use them? Why do you use them? All that stuff. So that's Thursday evening. Friday and Saturday are 2 8-hour days on the water. They're broken down into several 2-hour segments where myself or some of my instructors, professional anglers, guys that work in the industry, guys that have extensive marine electronics knowledge in all brands, we get in your boat with your equipment and go out on the water and answer your questions for the allotted time period. Most classes, every boat there gets at least 2 of these 2-hour sessions where someone's in your boat answering your questions. The questions can be about marine electronics. They can be about boat control. They can be about a technique. They can be how to read a map, how to tie a knot, or a little bit of everything I just said. But the one thing that sets my schools apart, I think, from everyone else's is the fact that it's in your boat, your equipment, and what you want to know. After the first evening, guys, nothing is scripted. Nothing is scripted. The teachers are all flying by the seat of their pants. We have no idea what questions we're going to be asked. We have no idea what the fishing conditions are going to be that we're going to face. And we're all going to work through those issues together. And you as a student are going to watch how minds that do this for a living twist and turn and wriggle in the wind until we figure out how to put a fish in a boat. And that's how the learning happens. They're really, really fun events. Can't tell you how it's going to go down because I have no idea what we're up against till it happens. But we're going to have a good time, and I guarantee you're going to go home with more knowledge than you came with.
I love it because you do this every day, right? You figure that puzzle out every single day when you're on the water with clients. And in the process, you're teaching them, right? So they get a little mini taste of kind of how this works. Now you're offering it on a 4-day course where people can really dig in. They can jump down that rabbit hole and really get into the mind of a professional fishing guide, a professional angler, and get that figured out. I've got to imagine you have a limited number of spaces available in each of these schools.
Yes, the Vermillion School's a little bit larger than the Devil's Lake School. There's 40 spots in the Vermillion School. There's only 30 in the Devil's Lake School. Last I checked, which was right before the holiday weekend, there were still some spots remaining in each class. So there's still time for folks to get in. But they're great times. Great friendships have been made. I've had folks from the Vermillion class. This will be year number 16 at Lake Vermillion. And I've got a handful of people that have been to all 16. And they keep coming back, not just for more knowledge, but because they've created some incredible friendships. It's kind of like going to that week-long summer camp vacation that a lot of us took as a kid, and you couldn't wait to see the same people you saw the year before, right? So some great knowledge, some great bonding, a lot of fun, a lot of fish catches, a lot of good stories. And quite honestly, isn't that what fishing's all about anyways, right? So come on up, enjoy yourself, catch some fish, learn something new.
You know, Johnny, when you said after that first night, you're all kind of just going by the seat of your pants, nothing is scripted, that sounds like an average fishing trip. After the first day, when you get out there, you just got to figure it out. And that's really half of the fun this is a 4-day event. If somebody signs up, do they have to find lodging? Do they got to figure out meals? What all is included with this class?
So these are all-inclusive packages. I do not have the pricing right in front of me, but I want to say they're between $895 and $950. Both schools include, from the time you get there till Sunday at lunch when you come home, they include 3 meals a day if you're there for 3 meals. They include lodging. They include a place to tie up your boat. And they include bait and ice for the weekend. So realistically, unless you come a day early or stay a day late, all you've got to pay for other than the class is gas in your boat. Everything else is included in the school. So it's a great way that way. You do register at the respective resorts. So again, it's Vermillion Dam Lodge in Orr, Minnesota. Their web address is vdl.com, which is real easy to remember, or Woodland Resort here at Devil's Lake, which is woodlandresort.com. We try to make it as easy as we can. And you know, the other thing that's really nice about these schools, guys, is that I encourage class participation. At every meal, we go around the room and everyone gives their fishing report from the last 4 hours on the water. So not only are you trying to figure this out by the seat of your pants, you're figuring it out with the help of 20 or 30 other anglers that are also figuring it out by the seat of their pants. And you want to talk about putting a pattern together pretty quickly. Doesn't take very long for the group to put a pattern together. And by the end of the weekend, every boat is coming in with much, much greater success than when the day started. And we've even had some giant fish caught at both schools over the years. The biggest Devil's Lake walleye we've seen is 30.5 inches, and we had a 31-incher at Lake Vermillion last fall. So we catch some big fish, we catch numbers of fish, and we have a good time learning how to do it.
Sounds like an awesome time, Johnny. I appreciate you coming on and sharing a little bit about these events. Lastly, if someone has questions for you directly, what's the best way to track you down?
JohnnyCandle.com is my website, my web address. All my contact information is there. So start at my website. You can find my phone number, my email, whatever you need. Reach out. I'm glad to answer any questions. And if you just want to talk fishing, we can do that too.
Johnny, always a pleasure. Thanks for spending some time with us this morning.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Folks, don't go away. We've still got more Gone Outdoors yet ahead of us. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more Outdoor Talk.
Looking for somewhere to get all your fishing information in one place? Onyx Fish Midwest has something for you.
Search for new fishing areas with filtering features such as species, abundance, trophy potential, lake survey info, regulations, and area insights are just a click away.
Getting to your target lake has never been easier with access points and public land ownership clearly marked on OnX Fish. Mark and customize waypoints and weather for your exact location. Use code BA Outdoors to get 20% off OnX Fish Midwest at onxmaps.com.